How is everyone doing? I am so sorry about being 5 minutes late. I had to go to toilet. Yeah, a little bit too much news, but that's the truth, and I'm gonna stick with it. I am here. My husband's coming in, and we are now on a fun new one, guys. If I can find myself in here, see who all is here, because I miss you guys. I miss you like crazy. This is my WIP and chat. There is Deborah. There is Audie. There is Karen. Hi, guys. I'm not sure who all is here. Did Robert come in? Don't see Robert. That's fine. Good morning, guys. Hi, Nicole. So I am here, guys. I apologize for being a little bit late. Like I said, I had to go to the little ladies' room. Other than that, I'm good. I'm good. And Jeff will be your commentator today. Woohoo! And I know you guys look forward to that. He keeps everybody on their toes with laughter. He just said, which is a little tricky, whatever. So, little tricky position to be in. He'll explain when it gets in. Good morning, everyone. New collab, guys. This is November. So it's a new collab. Now, of course, I'm still working on the collab with Linda, of course. But this one is with Diamond Queen 2020. This collab is. It is just horsing around TSA 2020. 2021. Sorry, 2021. I keep forgetting today is 2021. Oh, I missed you too. I was wondering what happened to you. Put it right here. Put it right here. Right here. Right here.
Sweetie, that's not a lane, hey?
Fine. Put it here for right now. No, I'm putting all these things away real quick, so you can put them in here.
Mine down too.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting.
Pencil case. How about you move that?
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
That would make sense.
But I really missed you. Also, don't think I didn't. I was like, "Where's Audie? I missed her." Because I'm so used to having you here, and you're always there for me. So I knew something was off. I said either she's sick or she's, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. So, but you were definitely in my prayers. Anyways, this is the new one that I'm working on. It is a TSA. It is called Bathing Pegasus by Polina Beshiva. Hi, Helen. It has been a while, hasn't it, hun? So, I have a few things to talk about today. We are going to be working really hard on getting this business up and running. Sadly, something kind of threw us for a loop, and I got to do the other thing too, and that's by my name. Ask me why I haven't bought my name. I don't know why I haven't, but I haven't bought my name yet. Why are you sticking?
Nobody knows.
No, I'm talking to the drill. Okay. Same here. I'm trying to get my business up and running, believe it or not. I have so many new things. Oh, and if I can find it. Okay, that's fine, honey.
Gotta get into it.
Yeah. I'm looking for something. We are going to be getting a brand new, believe it or not, we are going to be getting a brand new microphone. We're working on getting what you call a dual microphone, so my husband will be able to talk without having to use this thing over his head.
I can talk without using that. I spent many years talking without ever having a microphone in my life.
Did you want to see how that next gen turned out, guys? Do you want to see how it turned out? The one, that coaster I worked on, that was really pretty. That looked like the bee. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see it. So yeah, Jeff and I are working on getting a business up and running. Oh my word, we are excited about it. We are buying our own website. Oh, cool. Are you leaving right now, or I'm kind of confused?
They wanted to hear about that thing.
Which one?
He said, "Give us a thumbs up."
Oh yeah. There is the end result of that next gen one. She calls people bee-bots, so I thought this was perfect.
Why does she call people bee-bots?
That's just something she calls people when she's doing her videos. So what do you guys think? Did it turn out beautiful? Look at those bees. So that's something I worked on, and it's exciting because that's for next gen.
You know what?
I am doing something new. Well, something good, but something new. Oh, thank you. Okay, awesome. I have something new I have planned. Now, you know those beautiful wreaths everyone's talking about? You know those wreaths people are talking about, where you make these wreaths that have like the bee on it, or help me, birds on it. It's like,
in a circle.
Well, you've seen the wreath I was working on.
But generally speaking, a wreath is a bunch of flowers in a circle.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I have a plan.
Makes it easier to play ring toss with.
Okay. I have a plan to add a little bit of a resin piece inside in the middle, like where it'll say next gen on it. And I have it where it's going to kind of go like into like a little swerve going. I don't know how to explain it. But because I love working with resin, I was thinking of making something like that. Make it unique instead of just the diamond painting wreath. It'll be, yeah, here, hand me that and I'll show them what I'm talking about.
This is not the wreath though.
This is not the wreath, but
the wreath.
Wreath is in the living room.
Maybe we could show them the actual wreath then.
It's not done. But it's this wreath right here. Now imagine in the middle, right in here, it'll say next gen. What do you think? And it'll be out of resin letters.
I think it's much bigger than that.
Definitely much bigger than this. Yeah.
Well, that gives them an idea of the size anyway.
Yeah, that gives them the size. So, you ready for your commentator, guys? He's right here.
I am right here.
He's been waiting patiently.
I haven't.
What?
I'm an impatient person.
Okay.
I've just been waiting.
Here's your commentator. Here is Jeff.
Yay me. You were doing such a good job though. I mean, why give it up? I reckon it was going pretty well. I was just sort of like sitting and relaxing. Good morning, everybody. We've got quite a few people on. It was like 7 people watching.
There was. I don't know if there is now.
There's nowhere to tell ever.
No.
Not really.
Only thing it tells us is there's about 5 at the moment.
Yeah. The Zuckerberg knows. He's watching you.
Yep. Jeff is on, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what are you doing? We're back to this.
I'm just showing you right here.
Yeah.
There it is.
I got a question here.
Thank you, Nicole. I actually enjoyed making. I think it's going to be very unique.
Does everybody know what your diamond painting on here? It's a very, very new one. There's literally only half a dozen or so little scattered red dots on it at this moment in time. I'm trying to figure out why is it red, because I mean this is in the water, isn't it? It must be a sunset or a sunrise scene.
I think it's a sunset. Oh no, it's actually in mud. Well, not muddy water, but it's in brown water.
What are they doing in brown water?
It's bathing. It's bathing in a river.
It can fly. It could have picked any sort of water in the area. It should have gone to a lake. Brown water. If I was a flying horse. Well, actually, if I was a flying horse, I couldn't talk. Number 2, I'd probably have every single hunter in the world after me going, get it, it's unique. But if I was a flying horse, I'd choose a lake, a nice crystal clear lake. That would be my choice. But, you know, maybe I'm not. Maybe horses like this prefer brown, muddy water. Go figure. I don't know. You ever wondered about the mechanics of it? How does something that size, wings or not, how does something that size take to the air? Or the wings just for, look at me, I'm pretty? I'm kind of betting that's how it works. They can't really fly. It's just people's imaginations. I mean, if it could, what we would have to do, it'd have to be like the birds, where birds are really, really light because their bones are kind of hollow.
Keep going, you're doing great.
I know, I'm just trying to figure out, you know, the whole life cycle of the horse. The winged horse, that is. You can't see that in that section, but this is actually a Pegasus of some kind. You could, like, maybe pan over the entire thing.
See, Nicole always says you're too funny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How do they reproduce? I mean, eagles have a mating flight, and I just can't help but think that it'd be incredibly dangerous for a horse. So I'm guessing it takes place on the ground. Or possibly in brown rivers. I don't know. Where does it think it's hiding? I mean, this is a white horse. I mean, really white. It's got like a little black muzzle, and that's about it.
Exactly.
Seriously white. And it's like surrounded by brown water at the base, and what I'm going to assume is kind of light green foliage slightly over the top.
Here's a picture of it. It's actually, I don't know how to explain it. See, the water looks a little bit brown.
I know it does. I think it might be a reflection of the sunset.
Might be.
Some will look more like a red or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Pegasus. I'm really looking forward to working on this, actually. And it's square, guys. I'm working on a square. I'm taking a breather for a moment from.
I still reckon it would be great if we could put in orders like after the resurrection or something. Because it's like, hey, you know, we came up with all these mythological creatures while we were on the planet, and we'd like some, thanks.
Yeah, tell them what your favorite is. Your
I want a fairy dragon. You know, one that can talk and sit on your shoulder, like, you know, a huge leathery parrot. Then occasionally breathe fire. Or whatever it is fairy dragons do.
Yep.
But with the cool butterfly wings instead. You know?
Can you?
Yeah, I can. I probably will eventually. We've got a little thing. We've got our little security system telling us that we can protect one more device if we want, but we don't have one more device to protect. So it's like, oh well, whatever. Can I switch back to the other one? The writing on this one is really small. The other one's bigger. I'm gonna switch back. Is it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they are. They're called grey. I mean, when they're this color, they're called grey. But this one's, I assume anyway, supposed to be white. You know, and when we're talking mythological creatures, they get to be any color. It might even be, shiny silver.
Or a rainbow.
Could be rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a color guide, isn't there? It looks white to me anyway. In the color guide.
Will be right here.
What?
So the P, I don't know where the P is in here. P is in there. C is in.
That bit's really white.
Yeah.
That edge is white. The rest of it might be kind of muted.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm working on the water.
I might be colorblind, but white is still white and black is still black. No matter how colorblind you are.
Ashley.
Yeah, griffins.
Oh, talk about that one book.
No, see, griffins are cool. Griffins have like the head of an eagle and the body of a lion and an attitude.
Mm-hmm. We came upon something in scripture that had griffin, didn't we?
Not exactly.
But close.
No, it's fairly similar.
Fairly similar.
You know. But the thing is, Oddie, how big do you want your griffin?
Oh, brother.
You know, are we talking cave lion size? Or what?
I still think the cave lions still lives.
Well, it's entirely possible. I mean, they
do.
They live in caves.
A lion being out in Saudi Arabia and them still.
Occasionally.
Mm-hmm. But they think that they extincted or
well, it always amuses me when they talk about an extinct predator.
Yeah.
The reason why it amuses me is because they go, "Oh, no one's ever seen one of these," and I was like, "No one's ever seen one of those in recent times and lived." That's what it is. They might have seen them. They might have panicked for a short time. It was like, no, I don't care about your internet stuff. Word is not getting out that I'm around. You're over, pal.
It's almost like with a Bigfoot. People do not believe a Bigfoot would live.
Mm-hmm.
But, I've seen one.
Mm-hmm.
I was young when I saw one, but I saw one.
You're still young.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Younger than me. That counts, right?
Thank you, dear.
What? What's this? Oh, we got Wants to ride one.
Ah, true.
Mm-hmm.
I will be working a little bit on the tail here.
How would you design the harness? It's probably actually easier to have it carry you. Yeah, it's like it's got dew claws and everything and that huge beak.
Well,
although that would probably
what you could do is sit on the back of the neck of it.
Although it wouldn't be very I mean, let's hope like your pullover's got really good strong stitching. Let's just say that. Or if you're wearing suspenders, then it's like world's worst wedgie.
Oh, brother.
You know, holding up by your pants.
You had to bring up wedgie, didn't you?
Oh, it's psychological imperative there.
Really?
Oh yeah, everybody when you're being talked about carried by a giant animal of prey through the air, wedgies come to mind.
Well, I had a dream where I was actually being carried by a eagle.
No, we've even got in Australia birds that we call wedge-tailed eagles. Now it's probably because their tail looks like a wedge, but
True, and those things are huge.
I've been quite literally less than 3 feet from one.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them that story. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, well, this goes back to when I was in my mid-teens, and the place where I grew up is sort of a little bit towards the outback, not all the way outback, but far enough out that wedge-tailed eagles are a fairly common sight around up in the sky. Don't see them so much in the cities.
No.
But out in the country towns, occasionally, you see them, especially if you live out on the edge of town like we did. And myself, my sister, and my brother were peacefully watching TV, and our pet cockatiel was in its cage on the floor. And this huge wedge-tailed eagle decided it was going to have our cockatiel for breakfast. because it swooped it. The glass sliding door was open. There's no way it could have gotten in otherwise. Its wingspan's too big. So the glass sliding door was fully open, letting the air in. And this thing just swooped down, and I don't know how it avoided knocking over the cage, trying to get the cockatiel. And so here we are sitting watching TV. The next minute, all three of us drew our feet up onto the couch. It was like, that thing is huge. I am not putting any part of my body anywhere near that. And, next thing I'm going, Mum can't see from where she is, of course, and I'm actually reasonably calm despite everything. So what? There's a wedge-tail eagle in here.
And I think she said a what?
So she comes in, and it's literally like the eagle looked around and went, oh, humans. Well, that's not good. And backed away from the cage, turned around, rolled out onto the front porch, jumped up onto the railing, and flew off.
Meanwhile.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the little cockatiel's having a panic attack at the far side of the cage. You could literally, just about see the heart beating, jumping out of its chest. Keep it away. And we shut the door, which didn't help because the door was, glass, so it could still see. It's like we used to occasionally, let the bird out of its cage and go for a fly around the house a little bit, and then back into its cage when it was ready. It's like we could not get that bird to come out of that cage for at least 3 months after that. It's like, not a chance. No way. Not happening. The cage is safe. It nearly got me, but I survived. It's like, this cage is good. That is a very smart bird. Didn't say much though.
He never did talk?
Oh, he talked.
He did?
Yeah. He'd say, like, he'd call his name and he'd whistle back at you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you said something like, if usually one of us children would say, I won't, he'd come back with, I will, just like that. I was like, fine, you can do it then. I'm not going to. But somehow or other, it never actually did what we were asked. So we're saying, no. This is the thing where I grew up, family I grew up in. Far as I can tell, I don't remember saying I won't or I can't or like it's not going to happen to either of my parents ever. Because I'm pretty sure in my dim, dark memory, the first time I tried it, I got walloped. And that was, from my point of view, that was bad. But from the point of view of having, peace and serenity and things getting done in the house, it's pretty good. So.
Trying to see if you guys can see what I'm working on. Yeah, that's better.
No, this works, yeah. It's just little brown specks mostly at the moment. Which one is that? What number?
The number is 919. And I don't have any specials in 919.
F is the symbol.
Yeah.
And they've used 19 as the other, like, number 19, F919. That makes it simple. Nothing else on the entire page is that simple. Everything else is like 1G300. How does that work? Why do they have two different numbers? Is this just like telling you you've got 30 different colors in here?
Yeah, that tells you have 30 colors. The other is the symbols, and the other is the DMCs.
Do you know the thing about, like, being colorblind? It says there are 30 colors. You know how many I can see? 6. There are 6 colors in this painting. Can anyone see 30? Because I'm seeing, like, white, less than white, red, Green. Maybe some kind of off bronze gold thing. That's about it. Oh, and a dark green up in the corner. I have to shut that off too. Will it go away on its own?
It'll go away on its own.
Well, that's good.
It'll go away on its own. I never touch it.
Mm-hmm. That's very handy. I didn't bring my handkerchief in. That's kind of bad. But, you know, me would have meant I have to blow my nose, and then everyone in the actual thing watching would hear me blow my nose. My nose blowing would be recorded on YouTube. I was going to say forever, but YouTube's not going to last forever, despite what people might think. 30, really? Are there really 30 colors in this thing?
Yeah, there is so much shading in it. I'm looking forward to doing the white part of it.
Mhm.
This part right here is the tail. Right there is the tail.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. All on the water there.
All in that water.
Yeah, you're looking at it upside down.
I am not turning it right side up for them to see because of the fact that I need to be able to.
I thought this was all about, you know, your viewers.
It is about my viewers, yes, but.
It's about teaching them how to look at things upside down.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good then.
No, actually, it's for me to be, because I can't go all the way up there. I have to be, you know.
You've got a corner to work with. Painting is too big for your mini little camera.
That, and it's also too big for this table.
And besides, it keeps me out of shot, which is where I'd like to be. Because I'm shy. Everybody knows I'm shy, right?
Really?
Yeah, it's true. I'm shy.
Really?
Oh, I care. I care so much what about people think about me. It's like it's amazing I can speak at all.
Really?
Put your hand up if you believe that. What about I'm introverted? Does that count?
You are introverted.
Mm-hmm. Do they call that like high functioning in that case?
Maybe.
Possibly. Are you introverted?
No.
You're not?
No.
You sure?
I'm not. Well, I might be a little bit, but not all the way.
Here's the definition of introvert that I was taught. An introvert will re-energize either completely on their own or in the company of a few very select people. Whereas an extrovert, even though they might get physically tired, they get mentally recharged by being in the presence of a lot of people. They need a lot of people to recharge.
I'm like half and half. That's what I am. I'm half and half. You see, I do tend to go by myself or go to, like, if we're in a party or something. A good example is, like, you remember that time when we went to the funeral that we went to?
It's not a party.
Well, okay, not a party, but you remember that. Well, we do go to parties too. Well, not a lot of parties.
No.
I'm not making any sense, guys.
Party is a 5-letter word.
No, we went to Natana and Hana's, and let's say that was a big thing.
That was a bit of a shindig.
It's a bit of a shindig.
Bit of a do.
Yeah, a bit. Anyways, I actually am.
No one was swinging from the chandelier though.
No.
Probably because they don't have one. No.
By the way, these are new. If you want to see, these are my new little tips. Hi, Robert.
Yeah, Robert arrived.
What do you mean no? Okay, I'm confused.
Yes, scroll back up.
Oh, well. Anyways, I'm a very, like I said, I'm half and half.
Helen must have grown up with horses, or at least animals that produce manure.
There's a lot of F's in here.
See, we did have a horse actually. My brother owned a horse. I don't remember what he did with it though. Still can't remember why he bought it in the first place. Still can't imagine why my parents allowed him to have it in the first place. But, you know, it ate grass, drank water.
Ah.
It was easy to look at.
No, he's not shy. No, he's not shy.
Oh, she had 2 ponies. That's pretty cool.
She's talking about you. You're not shy.
Okay then. Looks like my act has fooled everybody. That's excellent.
But he is actually introverted, meaning he does energize by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now for me, I have to sometimes have people around me, but I'm what you call half and half. I am introverted, but I'm also
Mm-hmm.
extroverted. I don't know.
Extra.
Extroverted.
Extra, yeah.
Jeff would say I'm more extroverted than I am introverted. But I do have a little bit of introverted in me.
Yep. If I wasn't married, I could probably live the rest of my life by myself. Pretty close. Not entirely, you know. But it's like, oh yeah, that's right. It's a new year. I should socialize like a couple of times or something.
I can think of one person in our friend zone.
Uh-huh.
Your friend zone.
Oh, that's right. I have friends.
He's my friend because of being married to.
Uh-huh.
And they both approve of me.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
That's right.
But there's one of his friends that's never will marry.
Well, we don't know that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we don't know. How would we know?
Well, he just turned. So did you.
He's 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean he won't marry.
Well,
It's probably his life dreams to be a sugar daddy. Now he can achieve it.
Oh my word! You had to bring that up, didn't you?
He's old enough. He's rich enough.
Well, he is rich enough.
He'd be a young sugar daddy, relatively speaking, but you know.
He just retired.
Yeah.
He just retired.
He's got time to, you know, sort out all that stuff.
Yeah, but
he'll be good.
Not young anymore, honey.
Not old either.
No.
If Abraham can have kids at 100, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Mick Jagger's having kids at 100 or whatever age he is.
I thought he was in his late 60s.
Mick, let's find out. Somebody look up how old is Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger had a kid about a year or so ago. I'm not sure if he knows yet, but you know, so I'm told. It's probably being raised by his servants. So I don't know how many children that even makes. He'd be in his 70s at least. He'd be in his 80s.
Maybe.
He has to be.
He's close to your dad's age.
Yeah.
And your uncle's age.
Uh-huh.
Both of them are twins.
Yeah. Dad's half an hour older.
They're still twins.
Well, technically, no. See, nobody's half an hour older than anyone else. If you're twins, especially if you're identical twins, that means that, you know, the egg got fertilized at the same time. One egg split up, you are exactly the same age.
Yeah, but the only reason why he's a little bit older is because he came out 30 minutes
Well, there's not room in that gap for two.
Oh, brother.
They can't both get out at the same time. I'm sure they would have.
Oh, brother.
It was like, hang on to me tight, bro. We're going out.
Oh, brother.
Can you imagine me poor grandma?
Oh, dear.
It's hard enough popping them out half an hour, one after the other.
Okay, enough.
What? Imagine if you try to push them both out at once.
Oh, my word.
Be like, well, I was going to say be like never doing that again. Well, technically, I suppose she never did. Only had the two boys. That was it. But seriously, I can, from everything I've heard anyway. I don't know. I'll never know, for which I'm extremely grateful, by the way. Thank you to all the women. Happy to have you.
You'll find out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so there we
That was
go.
a little graphic, thank you.
That's all right. Can you imagine how, like, a Pegasus tries to spit out another Pegasus with those wings on its back?
It would go out the. Never mind.
Have to be folded. Wings have to be folded down for the birth.
Are you sure?
Well, they grow in later. It's just an ordinary horse to start with. I think they're supposed to have their wings at birth, aren't they?
I don't know.
Supposed to be able to fly to get away from the predators.
Maybe.
That's what I would think. I'm not sure what she said there.
Jeff.
She said not get off. I
You're
think she said no. I think she means no.
No, get off. You're crazy.
Hey, I didn't suggest it. My wife suggested it.
Suggested what?
Having two at once, like exact same time.
Oh dear.
Can you imagine triplets? I just got threatened, everyone. I got a whisper threat. She turned her mouth in my direction and threatened me. Just so you all know. I'm not going to say what she said. This is a G-rated channel.
Thank you. Finally.
Well, now I have to think of something else, or just sort of like sit here humming a tune for a while.
No, you're not going to hum a tune.
Let's talk
about the car.
We could.
Yeah, let's talk about that car that we just got fixed.
Well, that's it. It's fixed.
Tell them what happened.
I didn't do anything. This mechanic guy, he did it. He put it up on a hoist and everything. We walked in there thinking, well, yeah, we're going to get the front end wheel alignment done. That'll be $66. An hour later, we'll be out of here. Brought the vehicle in at 8 o'clock. Some nice bloke came walking out of the mechanics. You ever notice that? There's always some nice bloke hanging around at the mechanics, ready to come over and take your vehicle. Does it ever occur to anyone it might not be the mechanic? It's like next thing you know, he's driven off down the street with your vehicle, and you're going. You go into the mechanics and go, who was that guy? I don't know. Why did you give the keys to him? He came out of your office. Oh. Well, that didn't happen. Okay?
Oh dear.
I did give the keys to this guy, and he took it into the mechanics area, so I figured that was probably all right. And then
tell them what happened.
Well, a completely different person put it up on the hoist. It wasn't that guy at all. Did you notice that?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, so he could have driven off down the street and you wouldn't have known. That's great. I would have been straight all around to the police station and going, you won't believe what just happened. I would have had to describe the guy and everything. Could you have described the guy? I could have. I gotta check these things sometimes. Anyway.
That's why you're my other half. You deal with that type of thing with the car thing.
Well, what if I get kidnapped? Oh no, you're right. That won't happen. Nobody wants me. I'm not a good hostage. As far as I know, never been one. Is there any way you can apply? I could find out.
Why would you want to apply for that?
I want to know if I'm a good hostage or not.
No, thank you.
Or maybe, like I'd be like that guy out of Breaking Bad or something. He's like, I got you now, baby. Like, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. How about that? That works.
Mm-hmm.
That was from The Watchmen. Don't watch that movie. It's very violent. Now, the mechanic put it up on the hoist. And then came over and told me a couple of words, one of which I recognized and the other one which I didn't. And I thought, a word I don't recognize. That means the price just went up 10 times, right? Well, I was happy to find out it didn't go up 10 times.
Quite a bit.
About 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm. But that's still too expensive for us.
It was. What did we end up paying? Instead of $66, we ended up paying $420.
Hi, Koala Craft.
7 times. More than 5 times. Oh.
That was so much fun. and I was actually working on a diamond painting while they were talking.
Uh-huh.
And what happened was,
Basically, there were 2 bits underneath that were coming loose.
yeah,
And there was too much play in them, as they say. And if they'd come away completely, it would have meant that we would have lost steering, as far as I can tell, just by looking at where they were and what they were holding together. And so we decided, pay the extra money or drive with the uncertainty. Which is it going to be? So we opted for, pay the extra money. There should have been an option C somewhere. Don't pay the extra money and get everything fixed. I mean, we only went in for a wheel alignment. It's not our fault if the wheel alignment requires a couple of extra parts. That's not how they see it somehow. Go figure. Yeah, I don't know. She probably would. You would probably be upset if I got kidnapped or something, wouldn't you?
I would go after the person and kick them. If it's a male, I would kick them in the balls, and if it was a female, I would tear her hair out.
And you all thought she was sweet and nice, didn't you? Joke's on you. She's very, very sweet and very, very lovely. It's very, very violent sometimes. Not that she's ever been. I've never seen her violent. But just like that was some tough talk, wasn't it? But yeah, I'd be a terrible hostage. I think, generally speaking. I don't know how I would react.
How protective I am of my husband.
Yeah. And that's the difference in our methods. Like, she tends to kick people. I tend to use flamethrowers. It's like, it's just a thing. Be happy, though. I don't actually have a flamethrower, so there's something. Wonder if I can make one.
I'm very protective of my husband.
Probably would knock someone flat, to be honest. It's a little bundle of energy. Aren't you, dear?
Yeah.
Boom.
What did I do here?
I don't know. You sort of stuck it down and it didn't. Is it the wrong shape? I think it's the wrong shape. I think it's one of those bad drills.
No.
Ew. The glue is like weird.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to come in the mail.
Oh? You got Mod Podge up there. I hope that wasn't what you were waiting for.
No.
What's that got to do with what you're doing, though?
Now going in.
Anyway, instead of only taking about an hour, 15 minutes. Yeah, Kyla Kyle's called you a serial starter, which you are.
I am.
How many diamond paintings have you finished? Out of how many?
Oh, well, actually, I've done more than one, but yeah.
How many have you started? 15? 20? How many is it? Do we know?
We started.
It's all right. I haven't finished mine either, but I've only got, one that I've started.
Well, we are going to be working on one together.
Why don't we finish my other one first? I'll sit here one day and I'll do it, and you can take a break. And I'll talk about my little tiger cubs. Now, how about... That's only 4 colours, isn't it?
That is only... No, it's...
Black, white, grey, and brown, or something.
It's not 4 colours. It's about 10 colours, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was 10 colours.
It looks like 4. Anyway, fortunately for us, there was being a parts delivery to that workshop on that day. And so they managed to get it in, but they hadn't planned for something that would take as long as ours did. So even though they had about like 9 or 10 hoists, every single hoist was being used. And they figured they wouldn't be able to get our vehicle up on the hoist for the full work until after 11 o'clock, even though we had arrived at 8. And so we said, well, when should we come back for it? And they said, about 4, maybe a bit before 5. Well, we checked in about 4, and it was 4:30, wasn't it? About 4:30, and it was finished.
Actually, it was 3:30.
Was it a bit before 4? You're right, it was 3:30. And that was weird.
What was weird?
Oh, they had a little message come up. It was across. You didn't see it. It's gone now. It was like picky patterns or something from someone somewhere. It might have been another Instagram show. I don't know.
No, what it might have been is my email, because my email pops up once in a while too.
Oh, there you go. Things you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, they had it finally done. And I waved my card at this machine they thrust under my nose, and it went beep, and then they said, "Well, that's been approved." I thought, "Whew, I waved it the right way, so we're good."
Yeah.
And they gave me the keys, and we drove away.
We were both like, I was planning on doing a couple things.
Mm-hmm. Had to dig into the emergency funds for it, and that emergency funds has been dug into a little too often recently.
Yeah, well, this time it has to be.
It's got to be refilled, shall we say? I like to have at least $3,000 in the emergency fund, and now there's like nothing.
Don't say there's nothing. There's still 1,000 in there.
That's not the emergency fund, dear. The emergency fund that we use has about $50 in it, because we used the $3,000 originally for moving.
Yeah, that really messed up our emergency fund.
Our budget, some of the plans. We've been put back a couple of months.
Yeah, we have.
But anyway.
And we still have to get the business up and running. I have to go pay for the thing, but I think I can go get it paid for next paycheck. So we got a lot going.
Hopefully this work will finish cleaning out the shed.
Yeah, we really want to clean out the shed so we can set up his CNC machine.
If anyone's interested in dropping by and giving us a hand, you're welcome anytime.
Oh, no.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Oh, tell them our idea.
They can come in if they want.
Yeah, they can. But
I don't care.
They're all the way in America, honey.
That's up to them. They're not all over in America.
Okay, Koala Crafts is over in Sydney.
Yeah. Plane flight, bus ride. It all gets done. So she's got her own means of getting around.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the ute is fixed, finally. Hopefully won't be causing any more trouble now.
Yeah, what all happened was that we had our tire went flat.
Yeah, but that's because it was wearing out on the inside badly, the wrong way. If it hadn't been misaligned in the front, it wouldn't have gone flat in the first place.
At least that's what they told us.
So the tire was 155.
So we really kind of...
We ran out of cash. Yeah. Next time it happens, we're walking. I want to
talk about rollers.
Rollers?
Yeah.
Roller what? Roller skates?
No,
roller doors?
No.
Rollos? They're a nice chocolate flavor.
Well, yeah, Rollos are nice. I've eaten them before.
Paint rollers, foam rollers, ink rollers.
Oh, talking about
typewriter rollers.
For food. Guess who has a sweet tooth?
There's only 2 of us here. Odds are good. I know. It's Riv. Riv has the sweet tooth.
That's my...
More than 1, too, by the way. I think she's got about 5 of them. Well, there you go. She's got cousins that live in Australia.
Awesome.
Send some of them around. We'll clean out the shed and we'll pay them off with a barbecue.
think
We'll-
we need to do
we'll
is a
feed them.
barbecue.
We'll feed them and give them drinks.
We definitely need to do a barbecue.
We ain't got room to put, like, you would say, one person up for the night.
Oh, go ahead and tell them about the egg.
I ate it for breakfast this morning.
The egging.
That one?
Yeah.
Do they need to know?
Hope I didn't talk about the egg.
Hmm.
And Audie didn't know about it.
Okay. It's a few days ago now.
Yeah. We'll tell them.
Middle of the night. It's like 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone threw an egg. It hit the front door and it splattered. And then they walked away. I didn't go racing outside because, like, I was in my pajamas and I didn't have any, shoes on my feet. And that's not a good idea. Because, like, barefoot, we're talking prickles, thorns, rough, hard road surfaces, concrete. So if I'd tried chasing someone, I wouldn't have gotten very far. Yeah, so one egg. That's it. And then 10 minutes later, the neighbours came over and said, "We heard someone throwing stuff on the roof, and then we saw you at the front. So we come over and talk to us." I said, "Well, if you check on your roof, you might find an egg or two." Which is a real waste of eggs, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so. That's food.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you and I eat.
If I'd been dressed with shoes on, though, there would have been a problem. Would have seen how fast they can run, carrying a basket of eggs or whatever they were holding onto. Might have got some free food. That would have been good. But it didn't work out. Didn't have my shoes on. Oh. Apparently Helen doesn't know where her cousins live. Has never met them, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. Oh, look at the angry face.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Honey's
Oddie's
like-
so.
She's angry that to us.
Oh, look, be grateful that I didn't have any shoes on. I probably would have got done for assault. Knowing me.
It had to have been some kid.
Especially if I'd caught up with them.
I did take a picture of it and I did show it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. But, because we aren't, rich, famous, or politicians, the police didn't come out to check.
No.
Helen, you should come out and meet your cousins. You should write them an email or something and say, "I've decided to visit Australia. So yeah, see you in a month or something." Just let them know. Make it a fait accompli. They just have to deal. That's how it works, right? I probably got given where my grandparents came from. I probably got cousins in England. Although, would they be cousins or second cousins? They'd nearly have to be second cousins.
Probably second cousins.
In fact, by now they'd have to be third cousins because my father and uncle are among the youngest in that family.
Yeah.
So any cousins would be like 90 plus minimum, maybe over 100.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be second cousins because they would be dad's cousins.
Yeah.
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 So dad's cousins' children would be second cousins. And they'd still be like 40 years older than me.
Pretty hard.
Well, you got to think about it because my grandmother was one of the youngest. And I think
Yeah.
my grandfather was too. Right?
Yeah.
No, he might have been. No, he was one of the older ones. But my grandmother was one of the youngest, and she didn't have her children until she was, I think, 42?
Mm-hmm.
42 or 44?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Audie, are you excited? Are you excited about the Animal Crossing upgrade?
Mm.
Ah! Sorry.
I did meet one of my dad's cousins once, a lady by the name of Grace.
Cool.
She lived in Grafton.
I've never met any of your cousins except for the ones that are
Well, there's my cousins.
born from your
You haven't you haven't met no
I actually have
no,
family. I do have one set of family in Australia. I
no,
just don't
they're
know.
in Melbourne or something.
I think they're either in Melbourne or they're I'm not sure.
'Cause I think that if they're in Melbourne, I think I think you'll find people have started redrawing the map of Australia, and they're taking Victoria out, and it's just like the country stops at the Yarra River,
I
and
wonder
then
what's going on with
we've got this
Victoria.
gap down to Victoria. And China's redrawing their maps to include their new colony.
Mhm.
Sorry for the politics. I bet Koala Crafts agrees with me though. It's getting that way, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, I have family. I actually do have family from my dad's side down here in
Hmm.
Australia. I just don't know who they are. I haven't met them. I don't. I mean, I would love to meet them, but
Hmm.
I don't know who they are. So
Put an ad out. Does anyone think they might be related to me? Please answer. And just like
I
post it up,
wouldn't do that
post it up
per
in the
se.
Victorian newspapers.
I wouldn't do that per se.
See, I think Koala Crafts just agreed with me.
What?
It's like Victoria is a different part of the world now.
Yeah.
Hey, what would you call it? We used to have the Iron Curtain back when I was growing up. You know, the water curtain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's the river anyway. Got an entire river down there that forms the border between New South Wales and Victoria, and nobody's allowed to cross it at the moment, supposedly.
No one's allowed to cross it, even
Mhm.
in I mean, we're not even allowed to leave this, this state yet.
Mhm.
Everybody is still locked down on the borders.
Mhm. Which is against the Australian Constitution.
Mm-hmm. My husband knows a lot about the Australian Constitution because
Well, a little bit.
he's lived here for his
Long,
entire life.
long enough, long enough to have figured out some things. But yeah, I went and researched that bit, and it's true. There's no. It's actually in the Constitution. It's like it's the way we work. We're Commonwealth and federated states, and it's like in Australia, the federal government actually, I believe, has more power than the state governments technically in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
You can make federal laws in this country, whereas in the USA, you kind of actually can't make federal laws as such.
I have more F's.
Only supposed to be state laws in the USA, not really supposed to be federal laws, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And no man is supposed to be able to change the law by signing his signature to a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Executive orders are not supposed to be a thing.
Yep.
Executive orders are for implementing existing laws. Oh,
Mm.
just getting really personal, really, really political here today. That's
Let's
terrible.
not talk about politics.
Yeah. Let's talk about winged horses again.
Winged horses, yes.
Hmm. Why is it white? I mean, if you
Why the black is the create?
no, I'm just saying, if you're gonna go mythological horses, why is it every time like you see like picture of a unicorn? Oh, it's shiny white. See a picture. I would have
Well, I
gone,
think white stands for pure.
yeah,
So they're
okay.
trying to show that the Pegasus is pure, like it's pure. It's
They ride them into battle.
yeah,
That's not pure. Unless, it's the good guy paladin or something.
might be.
It's not like the unicorns. Anyone can ride a Pegasus if you've got the training. You don't have to have that special condition to ride, like the unicorns.
Well, think back on folklore or whatever.
Uh huh.
And now I don't want to call his name out, but didn't he ride a Pegasus?
I don't know. I don't know all of my folklore all that well.
The one over It's a Greek thing.
I'm pretty sure Pegasi are Greek, but I can't recall anyone in Greek mythology riding one.
Didn't he have like a Pegasus?
Well, name who it is, and I'll tell you.
Starts with a T.
Timothy.
No. Thor.
Him?
Yeah.
That's Norse.
Oh, it's Norse. Okay.
He had a goat, 2 goats pulling a chariot.
I thought he had a Pegasus. They were talking about.
He probably wanted a Pegasus. He probably would have attacked the Greek pantheon to get a Pegasus if one of them had one. Whether he would have won or not is another matter. That would have just started a war between the Norse and the Greeks. And at that time, the Greeks probably would have won, so Thor wouldn't have gotten his Pegasus anyway.
I'm confused now.
Well, Greeks were more powerful than the Norse. The Greeks had an entire empire. The Norse just had raiding parties. Took over the north of England.
Oh, why isn't this just...
Tells you how cold Norse country was. Do you know there's a place in England, it's the second most northerly part of Scotland, and it was named by the Norths, who called it Sutherland, meaning further south we've ever been.
That's better.
Anyone from Norway? Does it ever not snow?
Thor has a hammer, but the one I'm thinking of is, you remember when we, well, I don't watch Disney anymore, but you remember that one where it was talking about Meg and Thor and all that, and they were talking about the Pegasus.
Hercules would have been Greek.
Oh, it's Hercules.
He might have had a Pegasus.
Yeah, it was Hercules. Sorry, I got the wrong. I don't know where I'm thinking. Yeah, it was Hercules.
Right. Hercules.
Yeah.
Most famous thug.
Why would you call him a thug?
He hits people.
Okay.
Because he feels like it.
You think that's what he did?
Uh-huh. Actually, I shouldn't call him a thug, because thug comes from the Thuggee, and that's Indian. And the Thuggee are really dangerous. They don't just hit people.
Verbal.
Thuggee don't just hit people, they kill them. Which is kind of bad, I've heard. I'm against it, personally.
Yeah, it was Hercules. That's the one I was thinking of. He had a Pegasus because it talked about the Pegasus.
How could you mix up Thor and Hercules? They've got different coloured hair and everything.
I don't know.
Thor's a blonde. Hercules has got dark hair. Last I heard.
I will tell you, squares is a little harder.
Mm-hmm. These are square diamonds. Yeah. Going on F's.
I'm still on F until I finish this section here.
You've got it all. You got your outline done of where you want to go, which is useful. My nose is itchy. Just so you all know. I think it's important to tell everybody.
Are you telling everyone that your nose itches?
Everyone who's listening. I got some skin healing up there.
True, you do.
It's itchy. So I scratched it. Blow by blow commentary. Scratch, 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 scratch. Okay, I'm done now. They needed to know that.
Did they?
Oh, but both got muscles. That's how you can. That's how you got them mixed up. Lovely. Isn't it amazing how all of their gods are all bigger, buffer portions of them. Like Thor's a big blonde man, and the Norse people are big blonde people, and the Greek gods is big dark-haired man with dark curly beard and hair. Oh, and the Greeks, the soldiers are all big dark men with dark curly hair and beards. Who would have thought?
Yep.
I can't remember. I can't remember what weapon Hercules uses.
That's why I was talking about the Pegasus, because I remember watching a movie where it talked about Hercules.
He uses
and
either a
his-
sword or his fists. Mostly his fists.
I think he used.
At least in popular culture.
I think he used mostly his fist
Mm.
because it talks about how he used his fist.
So
Stop it.
that's called aggressive diplomacy.
So you say?
No, it's, so George Lucas says.
Mm.
Or Anakin Skywalker, whoever you want to talk about it.
Anakin Skywalker was in this whole thing.
No, he was the one who used. I think it was the phrase aggressive diplomacy. Or something about aggressive negotiations, maybe? I'd have to look it up. It means talking has failed, it's time to use the lightsaber. I still want to figure out how to make one of those. But I don't have the crystals for it.
They actually did make a lightsaber.
I know, but well, they did, but it's attached to a cable and you chews up an enormous amount of power. And I don't think it actually eventually effectively worked because you couldn't. Yes, it used heat to cut through things. Yes, granted. Which isn't the same because the lightsaber is a laser edge, one continuous long laser. Which means instead of swinging it, you should use it like a rapier where you just lean forward and poke somebody. Because it'll just go straight through.
Now, am I liking these things? These are brand new, by the way. This is a brand new tip. It's what you call a metal tip.
Is it stuck in properly? It's not stuck in properly. Is that the problem?
What?
Well, you said you're liking it, and then you ripped it off the front end of the pen and showed everybody.
Yeah, it came apart. It comes off easy.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, cool.
Put some glue on it. Give me a look at that thing.
I am not going to put glue on that.
Why not?
No.
It'll hold it in place. You don't want it to hold in place?
No.
Look, it's got some stuff down the end of it.
One.
Why has it got this? Why have you got this piece? What is this doing on the end here?
Let's see if I can find 355. Okay,
Just-
I'm on the next color, guys.
Does this even have a purpose? Oh, it does. You can pick up two nubs with this. I was looking at it and thinking, is that something? Is there even a thing? Oh, now I've taken my glasses off. Hold on. Yeah, I took my glasses off to look at something, and then I can't poke them back up underneath the headset. So I have to take the headset off and put the glasses back on. Doesn't always work. You can't see any of that.
I am not finding this 355.
But it is kind of funny to look at, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where your 355 is. I do know one thing, though. I'm going to go get another drink, which means I'm going to slap these on your head.
Okay. I'm just looking for 355.
There you go.
Okay. But you're coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then we're good.
Yeah.
We got 355.
Are you changing colours?
Yeah.
You definitely ran out of the other one.
Yeah, it's finished on this one square.
Show them the thing and see if they can figure out the colour difference between that one and the one that's already up there, because I can't.
Well,
slightly lighter, maybe.
It is slightly lighter.
Why'd they bother?
It's for shading, honey.
Very small difference.
So 355 is this weird looking color. 355. Yep. Not true. Getting stuck would be worse. So anyway, yeah. How are you guys enjoying the talk between my husband and I? Why aren't you sticking? Thank you. Stick. So I am not seeing the change in color here. Oh, okay. It's a slight change. It is a slight change. By the way, I have a two-placer. We love two-placers. Two-placers are awesome. Another two-placer. I'm just going to go two-placing now because I have to finish this little spot up. So Anyway, yeah, isn't it? It's very interesting. I love the two placer because I don't. Not that I don't like doing the other placers, but the two placer is more my forte. But yeah, we had we have a lot to do and such a little amount of time to do it. We even have homework, guys. Actually have homework to do too, which is funny because um we haven't even gotten the pricing done of our work that we want to do. Why are you going every which way? Seriously. Are you liking me like that? Yeah, of course. Talking to my diamond painting. I always talk to my diamond painting when I don't like how it's doing. Okay. Are you almost out of stickiness? I'm getting some new things in the mail, hopefully soon. I've been waiting patiently for them. Now, you know those beautiful, I think I have something I'm going to be using for all these drills, so they'll look a lot better than they do now. This looks much better. So, yeah. Sorry, I lost train of thought. What were we talking about? No, just joking. I had a rough time getting to sleep a couple times. I had to have my coffee. Coffee is waking my little bean bums up. Can't wait till my husband gets back because he knows how to entertain you. So you say. So, do you enjoy having the commentator here, my husband here, to do the commentating? Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Put hearts, either or. Now, how many of you are into the Animal Crossing? Because, oh my word, I'm so excited about that one. I am working my bean bums up on finishing up the month of August. Yes, I'm getting closer. And I need to get it done before the what is that date? Before the 5th, because I think it comes on the 5th for people over in the United States, and in Australia it comes on the 5th over here. So yeah, very exciting. Not sure how I feel about this line. I'm not sure if it's coming out right or not. What do you guys think? Is this gorgeous or not? Is it turning out pretty or am I doing really bad on it? I mean, oh, honey, where did you go? Why did you go in the living room? Why are you in the living room? Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you went in the living room. Okay, it's early morning. So, yeah, I'm keeping track. So, we only have 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes and then we're done. Yeah. Yes, yes. Oh, we had to turn in the mower that we had. Oh my word. That mower. And my husband, we had $50 given back to us, but no cash. It's a store credit, and I'm going to ask my husband if I can possibly get some silicone because I want. Yeah, well, I wanted to make the silicone molds, and I know for a fact that there's a certain type of silicone I can use, and using some not aspartame, some alcohol or whatever it's called, I can use that to yeah, that's true, Audie. It was so tiny. That So guess what type of mower my husband ended up getting? He's not happy about it. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Growl, growl, hiss, hiss.
Yeah, you just heard him. Growl, growl, hiss, hiss.
Grumble,
Grumble, moan.
chirp,
Mm-hmm.
whine and grunt,
Mm-hmm.
and complain.
He got a push mower, meaning it has no electricity, no
No motor.
motor at all. It means you do the work yourself. Here you go.
Yeah, the emphasis on you, because you're not doing it. I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
As I said to the person behind the checkout counter, well, at least I saved money on an exercise machine.
Pretty much.
Combine the two, I get to mow the lawn and get my exercise done. You know, it's like, and it's not exactly wide either. It can't be. I didn't check it. 3/4 of a. No, it's more than a foot wide. 40 centimeters,
I'm not sure, dear.
something like that. I haven't even taken it out the box yet.
He's that afraid to take it out of the box.
Take it out the box and assemble it. Why does everyone think, IKEA, that was a good idea? Can't they just give you something already assembled?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, you were stupid enough to buy it, but smart enough to put it together. That's a very niche market. I don't know. I was going to say I'm now the proud owner of a push mower, but I'm not proud. Don't feel proud. Feel sad. I'm not terribly upset by it, but it's just like, I got 1/4 of an acre to mow. It'd be all right if I just had like the front lawn. It was just the front lawn. I'd be going, yep, yeah, I'll deal with it. It's fine. But there's the back lawn as well.
The grass is not that bad in the back. I mean, you can barely even. I mean, it's mostly just the weeds or whatever it is.
Like I said, they wouldn't know if we planted a garden. They wouldn't know.
No, but they already told us no on planting a garden.
It's all weeds anyway. So if we ripped out the weeds and planted like carrots and potatoes and stuff like that, it's just like they wouldn't know. I honestly swear they wouldn't. Stinging nettles. Gotta love the stinging nettles.
Well, the one thing we want to get is a milk thistle.
That doesn't have any stingers on it.
Are you sure?
100% certain.
They have thorns.
Scotch thistle. Not really. No bite in it at all. A stopwatch? No, I do not have a stopwatch, unfortunately. Do I need one?
A stepwatch, meaning you check your steps, like.
Oh, sorry, I misread that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, I could find out how fit I'm getting, eh? You know. Instead, I would have to change my theme song. You know, it's like instead of "Show me the way to go home, I'm tired and I want to go to bed," I'd have to change it to "Macho, macho man, I want to be a macho man." You know, just get really buff, pushing this mower around. Possibly, maybe.
Well, you do want to kind of get rid of that little tell me of yours.
No, I don't. What makes you think that? I worked hard for that. I just want fashion that covers it, like everybody else.
What fashion?
You know, like a nice robe.
Oh, true.
Long as when you're wearing a robe, as long as your chest is bigger than your stomach, nobody can tell how big your stomach actually is. And my chest is still bigger than my stomach, so you know.
See, my husband wants to end up wearing one of those Indian outfits where the Indians actually wear a robe.
It makes sense in Queensland, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's warm here most of the time. So yeah, robes. I'm just kind of sad that Australia was mostly settled by the English. I mean, the people who were here first, they just get around in jock straps and that's about it. And that was a good idea. Why didn't we think of that?
I don't know.
Helps keep you fit too. Everyone can see practically everything you got. You make sure it looks good.
Okay, we're not going there either.
Oh, they do. Hey,
Oh, we have 3 minutes before I have to leave, babe.
do we?
Yep.
But now it's time to say goodbye to all the family. Oh no, why? That could get us like banned because that's copyrighted.
Yeah, I don't think we want that. I don't need to be banned, babe.
They probably wouldn't recognize the song if I sang it anyway.
Is Jeff gone? Huh? I'm confused.
Yeah, I lost it somewhere. Oh, I think because the person who sang that Macho Macho Man song, you know, kind of liked men more than they liked women.
Yeah.
I think.
And you love your wife.
Uh-huh. That's it. Nobody else on my radar. Hey, baby.
Yep.
No, I've only ever been interested in women. Okay?
So, anyways, we had a beautiful time today. Tomorrow I will be on. We are doing, it's called Horsing Around TSA 2021. And it is definitely working with any type of horse you want to work on. I mean, you don't have to, but that's what we're doing. And it is with Diamond Queen 2020. If you want to join me, that would be awesome. If you don't,
That would be less awesome.
Yes.
Be a lot
Till
less
tomorrow,
awesome.
and I start my collab with Diamond Queen 2020. Many blessings and shalom. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. I would love to hear your comments on what you think or how you think I'm doing on this painting.
All right. Have fun, everybody.
Okay. Shalom, guys.